You ever watch Tommy Smith FPV? Tom
Every once
Smith?
in a while. I'm not subscribed to him.
Oh, okay. Who's your favorite to watch?
I really like Steele, just like his in himself. I love his flying style, but I just like that he does vlogs and kind of shares his life.
Yeah, he got trespassing charges too.
Well, they tried to get trespassing charges on him, and the only evidence they had was the video of it, because nobody actually saw him there. And the only evidence they had was the video, so he just took it down, and they didn't have any evidence anymore.
Oh, nice.
And somebody reported him to the FAA, which was like
I did hear that
the
part.
news that like he got arrested or whatever, and basically they're just like, hey, we just want to talk, and because he had the Part 107, they're like, well, as long as you're making money, everything that you're doing is fine.
Exactly.
Like, including like diving buildings and stuff. They're like,
yeah, I have my Part 107 too. So.
Was it that difficult?
There's a class that you can take out on the pier. I didn't think it was too difficult, but I took the class. Plus, I have like 15 hours in on my real pilot's license.
Oh, nice.
So,
that helps.
Yeah, so I kind of had an idea.
Yeah.
But I know people that have paid $150 and have failed it.
Ooh, yeah, that's tough.
So, I mean, it's.
I was just gonna like read up because they've got a bunch of documentation for like stuff you can read.
The stuff that you're not gonna get though is the airport stuff, and that's I would say at least 30% of the test is airport stuff, because they want you to know like flight patterns, like in and out of the for landing patterns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You got to know that. You got to know the classifications of the airports.
Airspace and
yeah, all that
sort of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I'm good.
Everything else seems pretty much common sense, except for that, which is like, of course, only aeronautical stuff. But I can also see why, that's so important.
It's really important, yeah. That's why I try to pick places that are 5 miles outside the airport. Because I used to fly right next to Bishop. I used to fly right on Fenton Road. There's a park, and I've flown there for years, never had any problems. But now that I have my Part 107, I do aerial photography for a living, so I don't want to get in trouble with that. So.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I wouldn't fly next to an airport, but I'm never going up like 400 feet or 1,000 feet or anything.
Right.
So like, I'm staying below the trees, maybe popping up once or twice, and like if I'm 3 miles out, what's gonna happen? Every once in a while, a helicopter comes around, and it's like I'm gonna land.
Exactly.
If I hear anything actually going overhead, but
especially the crazy thing is too is like the FAA didn't know that these racers, they only fly for like 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, that too.
So that was kind of crazy. Like they didn't even know that they don't have any GPS on them. They didn't know any of that stuff until Steele talked to them.
Right.
And they were like, really, we didn't know that. And like that's what we've been trying to say. We're staying below the trees and we're just racing around. Like
we're not flying around people. We're making sure that it's controlled environment.
Yeah, most of the time. I mean, every now and then you got people coming up to you, but for the most part, it's like.
Well, but even then, like if somebody's coming up to you, then they're technically part of what you're doing, so it's still allowed.
Yeah, exactly. Let's rock this next pack, dude.
Sounds good.
Let's get out of here. Ready? I'm fine. Are you fine?
I'm totally fine.
Nice. Yeah, I don't even see where we hit.
Let's try it again.
All right, you go ahead and call it. Battery that's got that hole in the one. I wanted to check it out, but it's definitely suffering. I mean, we've only raced what, one lap?
That was like one lap, maybe two.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn this into a 3-cell. That sucks.
I did that to another battery I had.
See, I'll put this one in. I'll put a 1300 on. How about that? That should be about right. You got 1500s?
Yeah, I run 1500s now. I've been running 1300s. I mean, they're almost the same, and honestly, I discharge the 1500 like a 1300, so there's like no chance of over discharging.